Hey guys, Mario here from MTG Diagnosis, Doctor by Day, Magic the Gathering by Night. Today I'm opening up this collector booster box of Tarkir Dragonstorm. So let's get into it. I got this from my local game store, Vanguard Skills in Hyannis. Actually, let me do this because they've been good to me. Sean's been good, and he is one of a kind. So yeah, Vanguard Skills, and they're in Hyannis, Massachusetts. He's open from 2 p.m. to 12 to midnight. And Tuesday through Sunday. Probably not correct on those hours. I've got a website, www.vanguardtabletopgaming.com. It's got Magic, Lorcana, Yu-Gi-Oh! He's got everything. And he has Sean does pre-releases there with every set, and I was there last night. Picked up a couple of these collector boxes and played some good old pre-release. So a good time playing pre-release last night. It was ended up in Jeskai and Teamer. The pre-release boxes from this set, they are different themes. The 5 themes are Teamer, Sultai, Jeskai, Mardu, and Advan. And if you don't know what those names mean, Google it. You'll see that there's different names for the 3 different color sets. And we're trying to get some serialized cards from this set. There's serialized Jasper Mox Jasper. I think it's called Mox Jasper. There's serialized Mox Jasper, as well as I don't know if they're serialized Ugins, but looking for Mox Jasper, we're looking for Ugin. Wish me good luck. Here we go. Pack number 1 here. All right, so we'll do it this way because I think collector packs is Coordinated Maneuver. It's a removal spell for white. Edridge Serpent. That's a monocolor creature. Sagu Wildling. This is a good monocolor creature. A dragon. Lots of dragon spells in this set. Monastery Messenger. So this is the Jeskai 3 color for 2/3 flying vigilance. When this creature enters, put up to 1 target non-creature, non-land card from your graveyard on top of your library. It brings back a spell for you. Pretty good. Unrooted Ancestor is our first uncommon. Rally the Monastery is our second uncommon. Maybe I should do this. Disruptive Storm Brood is our next uncommon. Good, it's got 2 different colors. So Omens, they're different now. They're not adventurers. Basically, you can cast it for this, and then you shuffle the card into the library. If you draw it again, you can actually, I don't know if you can cast it for that again, or you have to cast it for this. I think you can cast it for that again. It doesn't say you can't cast it for its Omen cost for multiple times, so that might come in handy for certain spells. Riling Dawnbreaker. It's a common, but it's our cool alternate border. We got our next Dirger Island Dragon. it's a foil in our alternate border. Ooh, we got one of these lands, the eye lands. These are rare. It's got a nice foiling to it. Anafenza is our first rare, Unyielding Lineage. 2/2 flash first strike for 3. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, it endures 2. So endure is you can put 2. Endure 2 means 2/1/1 counters, or create a 2/2 white spirit creature token. So that's pretty cool. It's our first rare, and then our next rare is Will of the Abzan. It's a commander card. That's the symbol for commander. Choose one if you control a commander. If you cast a spell, you may choose both. It's a sorcery. Any number of target opponents each sacrifice a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls, and loses 3 life, or return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nice. Good recursion spell. Windcrag Siege is our next rare. Jeskai Mardu. It's 3. And Jeskai, when it enters, choose 1. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers another additional time. And Jeskai, at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. It gains lifelink and haste until end of turn. So you can make tokens every turn, or you can trigger your abilities multiple times. Korai Mountain Monastery. So this is one of the new rare lands. This enters tapped unless you control plains or an island. So it makes you want to play Jeskai, which is red, blue, and white. Tap, add a red. 3 red, tap, exile the top card of your library until end of your next turn. You may play that card. I think this is going to be a good one of these lands, so don't sleep on these rare lands. And then our last card is Zurgo Thunder's Decree. He's a foil rare Mardu. Mobilize 2, meaning whenever he attacks, you make 2/1/1 creatures that are warriors. During your end step, warrior tokens you control have this token can't be sacrificed. So that's pretty good because you're making 2/1/1s that you don't have to sacrifice at the end of the turn, and this is the warrior token. So, all right, pack number 1. Let's see what pack number 2 has for us. And these are hard to open. I forgot my scissors. I should have brought my scissors here. Oh, so let's go this way. This is our common elk. Piercing Exhale. If you want to read these cards, you can just stop the video and read them. You got this creature. Oh, that's an uncommon. That's our first uncommon. Next uncommon. These are all foil. Mardu Monument. So these have monuments of every type. Encroaching Dragonstorm, 3 and a green. Enchantment. When this enchantment enters, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to your owner's hand. Yeah, so every color has one of these enchantments that when you play a dragon, you put this back into your hand, so you can basically cast this spell multiple times. So it's good for a ramp. There you go, Feral Death Gorger. It's a common dragon. Ooh, does every pack have one of these? This is not foil. This is an island. Island? No, it's an eye forest. Glacier Wood Siege. As enchantment enters, choose Teamer or Sultai. And this is our first rare. So, Teamer, whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, target player mills 4 cards. And then Sultai, you may play lands from your graveyard. Lands from your graveyard? Milling your opponent is very good for draft, for limited. Zurgo Stormrender. This is a different Zurgo. Stormrenderer. Zurgo Stormrenderer. 3 for a 3/3 mobilize 1. Whenever a creature token leaves the battlefield, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, each opponent loses 1 life. When this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 warrior creature token. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. Cool. So I think that's a commander card. Sorak, Elusive Hunter. 2 and a green for a 4/3 legendary creature. Human warrior. This spell can't be countered. Trample. Whenever a creature you control or a creature spell you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, draw a card. It helps protect your creatures. Or helps you. Oh, Crater Hoof Behemoth. Here we go. This is a good mythic classic. It's the alternate art. It's non-foil. 5 and 3 green, so it's 8 total, but it's ends the game basically. Haste. When this creature enters, creatures you control gain trample and get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. This guy has haste. So you got a whole bunch of 1/1s. Put this guy on the battlefield. Might gain, like, you know, if you have 8 creatures, you get +X, +8/+8 with trample, and they get trample. It's a good card. And then Great Arishan City. Great Arishan City. It's forest planet. So Abzan, black, 1 and a black, tap, exile a creature card from your graveyard, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token. So it's a good ability. I mean, you get to make tokens. Bird token. This is a good token. Yeah, these rare lands might actually be better than I thought they were going to be. I thought those abilities would be not so good. But you can use that ability. It's like you don't have to sacrifice the land to do it. So, all right, that's our common, rescue leopard, reputable merchant, another common. All right, Channel Dragonfire is our first uncommon. Wingblade Disciple is our next uncommon. Flying Flurry. When you cast a second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying. Frontline Rush, red and a white. Create 2 1/1 green. Choose one. You can create 2 green, 2 red goblin creatures, or target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. The next uncommon is Island Dragon. Teeming Dragonstorm. Here's another Dragonstorm. And there's a chance to just create 2 1/1, or create 2 2/2 white soldier creature tokens. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Forest. This is a regular forest. Oh, it's a dragon. See the shadow of the dragon? And then our next is Naga Fleshcrafter. 3 and a blue. Have this creature enter a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Ooh, it's a copy. Shapeshifter. Snake Shapeshifter. Renew. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on target non-legendary creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. Becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. Oh, until end of turn. Cool. Will of the Jeskai. So this is one of the wills. Choose one. If you control a commander, you can cast this spell. You may choose both instead. Each player may discard their hand and draw 5 cards. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. What? This is like flashback. Oh, it's almost like Open the Gates or whatever it's called. I forget the name of that red card, but Ambling Storm Shell. 3 blue for a 5/9 turtle ward. 2, whenever this creature attacks, put 3 stun counters on it and draw 3 cards. Whenever you cast a turtle spell, untap this creature. Next rare is Shiko, Paragon of the Way, non-foil. 5 for a 4/5 flying vigilance. When it enters, exile target non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard, copy it. Then you may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. That's great because you can actually, it's a non-land card, so you can target a creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. You can, I mean, that's instant sorceries, artifacts, enchantments, everything. Ooh, foiled Dragonfire Blade. 1 for quick creature gets +2/+2 and has hexproof, monocolored. And then equipped 4, this ability costs 1 less to activate for each color of the creature it targets. So the more colors, the better. Spirit token. All right. Ooh, okay. Let's see. I did not see that. There's a common, 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 uncommon, alchemist assistant. It's a monkey. 1 and a black for a 2/1 lifelink. Renew, exile this card from your graveyard. Put a lifelink counter on target creature. That's I like lifelink. Kishla Trawler. 2 and a blue for a 3/2. Does something. Dragon Brood Relics. 1 and a green for this artifact. Tap to untap. Tap and untap creature you control. Add 1 mana of any color. 3 and Wooburg. Sacrifice this artifact. Create a 4/4 dragon creature token named Reliquary Dragon. That's all colors. That's flying, lifelink, and the token enters. It deals 3 damage to any target. Nice. This is a common Stormshriek Pharaoh with an omen. Discard a card you draw. If you do, you draw 2 cards. Boulderborn Dragon, 5 for this artifact creature dragon. 3/3 flying vigilance. Whenever this creature attacks, surveil 1. 5. That's a regular mountain. Shadow Mountain. Eskai Dragonclaw. I'm sorry, Eshki Dragonclaw. 1 and Teamer for a 4/4 Vigilance Trample Ward 1. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you cast both a creature spell and a non-creature spell this turn, draw a card, put 2/1/1 counters on this. So pretty good. Next card is Tip the Scales. Is our commander card. 2 and a black. Sacrifice a creature. When you do, all creatures get -X until the turn, where X is the sacrifice creature's toughness. Toughness matters. Rediscover the Way. I like this art. Jeskai. Look at it's a saga. First turn, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, and the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. Second turn, do the same, and then 3, whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. Nice double strike. Oh, Dracogenesis. Regular alternate art. Too Many Skulls. Wrath, Too Many Skulls is the Wrath Array is the artist, and I love that. But for 8 mana, you may cast dragon spells without paying their mana cost. Great for your dragon decks. And then our last card, Thunder of Unity. Alternate art. Mardu. First, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Second turn, whenever a creature you control enters this turn, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. You do that for 2 turns. And treasure, Zombie Druid. Cool Zombie Druid. Didn't even know Zombie Druids were in this. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something here. Okay, just make sure and get some light in here, and the sun's going down. Next pack. I think this is our 5th pack. Let's go this way. Here's our common. You can stop the video and read the card. Common still. Dragonstorm Globe. I like this globe. First uncommon, Yathan Tomb Guard. 2 and a black for a 2/3 menace. Whenever a creature you control with counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Our next uncommon, Spectral Denial. So this is a counter spell, and it costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 4 or greater, which is good for a dragon set. I don't know what other set you would be able to put that in. Hardened Tactician, 2/4, sacrifice a token, 1, sacrifice a token, draw a card. Great for your mobilized decks. If you're playing mobilized, you want to play this. because you can sacrifice the token to draw a card before it dies if they didn't block it. I think that's going to be good in Roilings, Dragonstorm. So we got a this is the enchantment. Enters, draw 2 cards and discard a card, and then whenever a dragon you control enters, return it to your hand. So for 2, you get to draw 2, discard a card. That's a great ability. Don't sleep on this. This is a good enchantment. Sagu Wildling, Justine Jones. I like that art too. Look at that. Looks good in foil too. That's an Ugin. We've seen that before, but I really like that. I like this. This is a plains with the. All right, let's see what our first rare is. Mistrise Village. So this is blue. This is a good rare land because blue tap, the next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. So, you know, you're giving up a land, you're giving up a blue mana, but if you have a really important spell that you got to make sure it doesn't get countered, and one of your opponents has mana up, just use this and, you know, it'll be safe. Reunion of the House. This is our commander card. Turn any number of target creature cards with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile this card. And then our next thing, Anafenza Unyielding Lineage. We saw this card earlier with Endure. And we got, look at that. We got a cute little baby, double-sided, magmatic Hellkite with the baby on the opposite side. So this is the adult version. 2 and 2 red for a 4/5 flying. When this creature enters, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. The controller searches their library for a basic land, puts it onto the battlefield tap with a stun counter on it, then shuffles. This creature enters. I mean, if you flash this, I mean, good luck. You put a stun counter. That's on a land. That's hard to. If you proliferate, that land could be tapped forever. Yeah, these stun counters are. I mean, this is like the first card where you could put stun counters on a land. It's a rare, and then let's see what we got here. Oh, Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant. Yeah, I wanted this card, Sarkhan. 2 for a 2/2. When Sarkhan enters, you may behold a dragon, which means you can reveal it, or yeah, you can reveal it. If you do, create a treasure token. Whenever a dragon you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Sarkhan. Until end of turn, Sarkhan becomes a dragon in addition to its other types and gains flying. Yeah, I like Sarkhan. He's all about the dragons. So am I. This is our 6th pack. Let's see what we got here. These are common. You can stop the video at any time. Read these cards. Particular Partisan, Heritage Reclamation, Dragonstorm Forecaster. Oh, that's an uncommon. So let's see what this does. Blue for a 0/3. 2 tap, search your library for a card named Dragonstorm Globe or Boulderborn Dragon. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It's actually pretty cool. Kind of like that. Sage of the Fang. 2 and a green. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. And it's a 2/2. Renew. 3 and a green. Exile this card from your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, then double the number of 1/1 counters on that creature. Nice. Oops, that goes over here. And we got Jeskai Monument, Boulderborn Dragon, the alternate art. Ooh, Sonic Shrieker. Look at that. Uncommon. Mardu plus 2 plus Mardu for a 4/4 flying. When this creature enters, it deals 2 damage to any target, and you gain 2 life. If players dealt damage this way, they discard a card too. Woo! This card is so good. Let's see your first rare. Bam! No, it's an island. Ooh! Island. Alright, our first rare. Bam! Winter Night Stories. 2 and a blue. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discarded a creature card. Harmonize. 4 and a blue. Meaning you can bring this back from your graveyard. And if you tap a creature, you control reduce the cost by X, where X is its power. Nice. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. And our next rare is Adaptive Training Post. Oh, this is a commander card. 2 in a blue. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, if this artifact has fewer than 3 charge counters on it, put a charge counter on it. Remove 3 charge counters from this artifact. When you next cast an instant sorcery spell this turn, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. Ooh, not bad. And ooh, a United Battlefront. This is rare. 3 and a white for a sorcery. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to 2 non-creature land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from among them to the battlefield. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Helps get some low casting cost spells. Ooh, I like this art. Parination. 3 plus Abzan. That's Abzan. Sorcery, you turn target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a hexproof counter and an indestructible counter on it. 2 of the best counters in the game, if you ask me. So 6 to bring back either a creature or a permanent like an enchantment. Ooh, and oh yeah! Ugin, Eye of the Storm in regular foil. Regular foil, I think. Yeah, it's regular foil. 7 for a 7/7 legendary planeswalker. When you cast this spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. +2, you gain 3 life and draw a card. 0, add 3 colorless mana. -11, search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards, exile them, then shuffle up. Until end of your turn, you may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. Damn, so good. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted Ugin. I got Ugin. Now I want a Mox Jasper. Think we're going to get a Mox Jasper in this box? We might not. Ooh. I've seen other people open boxes and don't seem to have both Ugin and Mox Jasper, but you never know. So there's our common, uncommon, Timor Monument. Jeskai Brushmaster, 4 for a 2/4 double strike prowess. Like prowess. Jeskai's all about prowess. Marshal of the Lost, 2 white, black, Death Touch. Whenever you attack target creature, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Yes, love Death Touch. Oh, Jeskai Shrine Keeper, alternate art. Flying Haste, I like this card. It's 5 for a 3/3 Flying Haste. So it costs a lot, but whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you gain 1 life and draw a card. So you gain a life and draw a card. You don't lose a life. And it's a dragon. A lot of synergy. Roiling Dragonstorm. This is the enchantment for blue. Island, Shadow Island. All right, let's see what our first rare is. Flamehold Grappler. Jeskai 3/3 first strike. When this creature enters, copy the next spell that you cast this turn. This turn, when you cast it, you may choose new targets for the copy. Cool. Copy a spell. Oh, that's a rare. 3/3 first strike for 3. Infantry Shield is our commander card. Equipped creature has Menace and Mobilize X, where X is its power. Equip 2 to cast. It's good for your Voltron decks. All right, next rare is Frostcliff Siege. This is one of those enchantments where it's Jeskai or Temur. If you pick Jeskai, whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. And then Temur, creatures you control get +1/+0, trample, and haste. Those are both of those 2 abilities are very good. So, next, Lotus Light Dancer. 3 in Sultai for a 3/6 lifelink. When this creature enters, search your library for a black card, a green card, and a blue card. Put those cards into your graveyard, then shuffle. All right, this is like basically a graveyard recursion. And our last card is Coitus, the Fangkeeper. one in soul tie for a 2/1 indestructible. When it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana cost. Nice. So you want to bump this guy up with some 1/1 counters. This guy's like 1/1. It's like counters matter. Trying to, so I didn't bring my scissors, trying to open these off camera so they're not so loud. All right, let's go this way. Bear Glory. You can stop these and read these if you want. First uncommon, Unsparring Boltcaster. When this creature enters, it deals 5 damage to target creature and an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. So it helps finish off any creatures that might have damage. Furious Forebear. It's an uncommon 3/1 for 2. Whenever a creature you control dies while this card is in your graveyard, you may pay 1 and a white. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Pretty good for a 3/1. It's a great ability to have on a 3/1. Whirlwind Stormbrew. So Brood, it's 5 for a 4/3 flying flash. You may cast sorcery spells and dragon spells as though they had flash. And then 2 and a green, put 3 1/1 counters on target creature you control. So it's sorcery. So that's actually a pretty good card. Feral Deathgorger, a common dragon. Purging Stormbrood. Omen. 1 and a white, target creature gets +2/+2, gains lifelink and hexproof until end of turn. 4 and a black for a 4/4 flying, ward 2, pay 2 life. Ward, pay 2 life. When this creature enters, remove all counters from up to 1 target creature. Wow. Sorry. Shadowland and bam, Dragonfire Blade again. We had that one before. Protector of the Waste. This is our commander card. 4 and 2 white for a 5/5 flying. When this creature enters or becomes monstrous, exile up to 2 target artifacts and or enchantments controlled by different players. Oh geez, for a total of like 4. And then monstrosity 3. It's flying. Gee, 6. That's actually pretty good for commander. Warden of the Grove. Okay, a rare. 2 and a green for a 2/2 at the beginning of your end step. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Whenever another non-token creature you control enters, it endures X, where X is the number of counters on this creature. Sweet. It's a Hydra. Nice Hydra. Severance Priest. That's Abzan for a 3/3 Death Touch. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, exile that card. When this creature leaves the battlefield, the exile card owner creates an XX white spirit creature token where X is the mana value of exile card. And the last card is Scalding. Ooh, we got us a what's these lands called? Not a shock land. Damn, what's it called? Oh, we got the good one. Scalding Tarn is one of the better sacrifice lands. I forget what they're called. I forget what they're called. They're not called shock lands. They're called. Put it in the comments. You guys know what they're called. But sacrifice this land, you get an island or mountain, put it into play, and that's a special guest card. And it's foil. Nice. All right, next pack here. See here, we're going to do it this way. Common. Yeah, you got these dual lands in common. This set has dual lands in common and uncommon as triome lands, but they come into play tapped. The rare lands have this special ability. So, there we go. War Effort. Okay, first uncommon is War Effort. Creature you control get +1/+0 for 3 and a red. Whenever you attack, create a 1/1 red warrior creature token that's tapped and attacking, sacrifice at the beginning of the next instance. Essence Anchor. 2 and a blue at the beginning of your upkeep. Surveil 1. Cool. And it's an artifact. Tap, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. Activate only during your turn and only if a card left your graveyard this turn. Interesting. Kishla Skirmisher. Bird Scout, 2/2. For green and the blue, flying. Whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn and only on your during your turn, so you can't do it on your opponent's turn. Runescare Stormbrood. Love this alternate art. 4 for a 2/4 flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature or dragon spell, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And then 1 in the blue, counter target spell with mana value 2 or less. Omens go back into your graveyard if you cast them for the omen cost. This thing again, and Forest with a shadow. First rare is Yathan Road Watcher. 1 in Abzan for a 3/3. When this creature enters, if you cast it, mill 4 cards. When you do, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nice. Deceptive Froststrike. This is a commander card. Blue for a 1/1 flying. You may have this creature enter a copy of a creature you control with power 4 or greater, except it's a dragon in addition to its other types, and it has flying. Wow, that's pretty damn good. For 2, Dragonologist, 2 in a blue creature for a 1/3 rare. When this creature enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant sorcery or dragon card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Untapped dragons you control have hexproof. Ooh. And we already know what this card is. Clarion Conqueror. And we'll just look at the baby side because they look so cute. 2 in a white for a 3/3 flying. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. I think that's overrated. And our last card is Herd Heirloom. 1 in a green for an artifact. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. Tap, until end of turn, target creature you control with power 4 or greater gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Pretty good, actually, because it gives it trample in addition to that ability to draw cards. So green always has a problem with drawing cards, so I like that artifact. I might put that in my worms deck, although most worms already have trample. But oops, sorry, I dropped the pack of cards here. Okay, let's go this way here. All right, we only got 3 packs left, so you can stop the video whenever you want. Read these cards. These are the commons. Uncommon. Desperate Measures. 1 black for an instant. Target creature gets +1/-1 until end of turn. When it dies under your control. When it dies under your control this turn, draw 2 cards. Huh. Nice. You can draw 2 cards in an instant. 1 black. Not bad. This is the uncommon lands I was telling you about. They enter the play tapped in their triumphs. Procession. This is return target card from your graveyard to your hand. So pretty good. You can instant for 2 mana to return any card from your graveyard. Sagu Wiling again. Riling Dawnbreaker. Create a 2/2 white soldier creature token, sorcery, or flying vigilance to be in a combat on your turn. Another target creature you control gets +1/+0 until the turn. It's okay. Island. All right, our first rare. Ooh, Shiko Paragon of the Way. This is a mythic foil. 5 for a 4/5 flying vigilance. When it enters, exile target non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. Copy it. You may cast a copy. Welcome to the Dead. This is 3 in a black for a sorcery. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card, and you lose 2 life. Create X tap 2/2 black zombie druid creature tokens, where X is the number of cards that were put into your graveyard from your hand or library this turn. Draw 2 cards and discard a card, and you lose 2 life. Flashback for 6. Wow. And put it to your graveyard from your hand or library this turn. So this is great for mill decks. That's what you want that for. Zurgo Thunder's Decree for Mardu, 2/4 mobilized 2. We already had him before. And Coitus the Fankeeper had her before. And Clarion Conqueror in foil. Had it before. 2 packs left. It's cold here. I'm having a hard time feeling my fingers. It's so cold today. I'd be like 40 degrees outside. Okay, commons. Commons. Uncommon. Cricket gets +3/+0 when it attacks. Draw a card if you control 3 or more attacking creatures. Nice. Helps you draw cards, huh? Defibrillator Current. Abzan Monument. Corroding Dragonstorm. Enchantment. Oh, this is the black one. 1 to black. When this enchantment enters, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, and you surveil 2 when a dragon you control enters, return it to your hand. And you also get to surveil 2. Disruptive Stormbrood. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Flying, when this creature enters, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. Here we go, our swamp. And then our first rare is Sinkhole Surveyor. 1 in a black for a 1/3 flying. When this creature attacks, you lose 1 life and this creature endures 1. So you can put a 1/1 counter on it or create a 1/1 spirit creature token. And then Papret Thrasher. This is our commander card. 2 red for a 3/4 flying. Whenever 1 or more dragons you control deal combat damage to an opponent, choose 1 that hasn't been chosen this turn. Destroy target artifact an opponent controls. What dragons you control? Okay, so if you hit with 3 dragons, then you get to do all 3. And this creature deals 4 damage to each other opponent. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Nice. That's a good commander card. Fankeeper Familiar. That's pretty art. 1 black, green, blue for a 3/3 flash. When this creature enters, choose 1. You gain 3 life and surveil 3. Destroy target enchantment. Counter target creature spell. Nature's Rhythm. Exit green sorcery. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle, and then harmonize. Meaning you catch for the graveyard. 3 green, 4 green, and an X. So harmonize. You can tap a creature to help cast that spell. Roar the Endless Songs. This is Teamer. 2+ Teamer. Create a 5/5 elephant creature token for 2 turns in a row, and then double the power and toughness of each creature you control in time. This is freaking good. And then here's the elephant token. Last pack. Let's see. Can we get a Mox Jasper? Mox Jaspers are very rare, very hard to find. Okay. These are commons. You can stop the video. And Tempest Hawk. Yeah, we got one of these. These, you can have any number of Tempest Hawks, so these are common. Worthy Cost. Soul-Tide Devotee. First start, uncommon. Synchronized Charge, uncommon. Kintree Severance. Exile target permanent with mana value 3 or greater. Exile, that's great. Mana value 3 or greater? Wow, for 3. That's instant. That's nice. And then it's an instant. Storm Shriek Feral. This Island Dragon and our planes, and now we get to the good stuff. First rare is Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. Rare land. Tap, add a colorless. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a dragon spell or an omen spell. And then 4, tap, sacrifice this land. Search your library for a dragon card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Nice. It's foil. And then next is our commander card. Canopy Gargantuan. 5 green for a 7/7 flying ward 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a number of 1/1 counters on each other creature you control equal to the creature's toughness. Nice. At the beginning of your upkeep, flying ward 2. Each other creature you control at the beginning of your upkeep, put a number of 1/1 counters on the creature you control equal to that creature's toughness. Damn. commander cards are so powerful. Next rare is New Way Forward, 2 Jeskai, instant. And the next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented, whenever next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way, New Way Forward deals that much damage to that source's controller, and you draw that many cards. Wow. This is great. Magmatic Hellkite. Flying, when this creature enters, destroy target oh yeah, we already had that one. And then our last one is Dracogenesis. Again, in foil this time. Nice. Oh, what a nice box. And look at all these rares and mythics. We got one of the cards I was looking. I mean, we got Craterhoof Behemoth, but I think that's going to be, that card has been reprinted a couple times. Got 2 Dracogenesises, but the real all-star, Scalding Tarn. The real all-star is Ugin foil. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave some comments. Let me know if you like this video, what cards you liked, and the uncommon and common section, the uncommon and common rarity that you think is going to be worthwhile. You know, let me know what you guys think. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Talk to you guys next time.